Sorry, guys. We're having some serious technical difficulties today. But hopefully the sound is fixed. I mean, I recorded this prediction like 6 times. I just don't get it. But hopefully the sound is fixed this time. So I sold those calls probably a little bit premature, but I sold them right around 10:15-ish. That's calls that I bought yesterday for a big ass profit. Like I said, it might have been a little bit premature because it does look to me like we've got another high and then there's a decline. But tomorrow we have like a high for the week. So I'll tell you what I sold. One sec. All right, so I sold 434 calls that expired on the 18th for about $7.10. It looks like I left about 35 cents on the table, but not much. It's a big ass profit. I bought a bunch of those, and then I sold the 437 calls, a bunch of those that I bought yesterday at a low or close to a low, and they would have expired on the 15th. So it was like an overnight play. I didn't want to hold those much longer than, even if it went up, I wanted to make sure that I got out, because when you get that close to expiration, guys, your mind starts thinking differently. You gotta remember, like, not to set yourself up for mental traps. So better to take the profit now, like I did. And especially when I look at the cards for today, I'll do the reading right now since we couldn't do it before. Top of the range around the open, failed attempt to break through resistance, a decline through like a profit taking or a flight to safety, or either a flight to safety, or I should say into conservative investments. Some bullish rotation from there into like roughly 11 o'clock, but then we have a decline through support level, probably multiple, but at least one support level. That may be after a notable high, or there's just a drop, like a sharp drop to a day's low with a reversal to move back. That's probably what it is, a sharp drop to a day's low. The president is highlighted, and this is noontime. But then there's a reversal, tested multiple failed attempts to break through resistance between 1 and 2 o'clock-ish, and then a sharp decline starting around 2 o'clock, maybe actually starting around 1 o'clock, but sharp decline towards the end of the day, 2-ish to 3-ish, with a trade opportunity to take some profits, and an opportunity to roll some positions in the last hour of trading as we bounce around a support level and maybe like a resistance level that we then stuck around as support. There's something highlighted at the end of the day in the pre-market as a trade opportunity as well, and that highlights an agreement or a merger between two leaders, that sort of thing. The high behavior was the behavior around the high was to reach a new support. So like to break through a resistance and create a new support. And the behavior around the low was going to be crossing it back and forth 3 times through the same support resistance level, and confirming a breakout. So you can see that that's basically happened there. And now it's a little tricky towards the end of the day because we have a bullish theme card. It's not a super bullish theme card, but it's a bullish theme card, like bullish rotation, usually good economic data or something like that surrounds it. But it's nullified because there's no correlator to it. There's no correlation in the timeline, which means that we probably are close to the high. The fortune card in the middle of the day really says maybe there's a high there, but there's a decline towards the end of the day. Tomorrow is a sharp move higher. So as soon as I see a good dip, I'm buying back some calls at a lower price than what I sold them for in preparation for tomorrow. Tomorrow we open at today's low, and there's a high right around the beginning of the day, followed by some bunch of lows. Again, some bullish rotation, but there's opportunity to sell around the lows here. opportunity to trade. So yeah, so I'm holding my short positions, looking for a good entry point to get in on some long positions. All of my puts expire out on the 27th. They're like 444 puts, 440 puts, 439 puts. And I just sold a bunch of calls that made up any difference that I would have lost from those, because I know that it's going to turn around. We're going to get hit a low at the beginning of next week. So that's when I intend to sell those. In the meantime, if I can scoop up any little bits of money on the upside to protect my mentality, that's what I do. I made a killing this morning. I mean, I did like 30 to 60% account gain by buying things yesterday and selling this morning. Depending on the account, it was 30 and 60%. So I sold some other things. Let's see. Okay, and I sold 438 calls that expired on the 15th, 435 calls that expired on the 15th. And then I sold some 433 calls that expired on the 18th. All of those I bought yesterday. Smoked it, guys. Smoked it. And so, like I said, I might have sold a little premature. It looks like I sold about $1 early. Better off, bird in the hand's worth two in the bush, guys. So better off, especially when you have an expiration of like the 15th. That's fucking tomorrow, guys. Super speculative for me to buy those yesterday. And it would have been really stupid to hold on to those even into later today, because as you move towards the expiration, your stress level goes up. Like, you start to do things wacky. You have to make sure that you don't set your own mentality up for traps. Know thyself. Right. So I sold those real quick, took a big profit. Now the cash is sitting there in preparation for another entry point. Like I said, tomorrow we have a big push to the upside. There's some sort of news towards the end of the day today that has to do with the president and like an agreement with the trade opportunities towards the end of the day. Again, bullish day tomorrow, high for the day, or high for the week, most likely tomorrow towards the beginning of the day. So I'll look to sell my calls again, either right at the beginning of the day, if I purchase calls today, to sell them again right at the beginning of the day tomorrow, or possibly, depending on what happens, between like 10 and 12 o'clock-ish. But that's the plan right now, is to wait for a dip. If there's a good opportunity to get in on those on the long side, then I'll do it. I'm also considering buying cost averaging down on some puts, which is like really just, they tell you that's just a bad idea. In most cases it is, but when you foresee things pretty accurately and you see a big move, I mean, be very careful if you ever do that. It's, for the most part, not a good idea. Doubling down on options, especially short positions. All right, guys. Hopefully this helps. Listen, if you have trouble following along, you can go to the website, tarotfortraders.com. Tarotfortraders.com. You see it somewhere in the description somewhere. And go to the forecast page, click on forecast at the top of the page. And if you don't see the post for today right there in front of you, just type it in the blog search. It'll come up. And then you can see everything that I'm talking about. You can follow along. You can see what the cards mean. I explain it, how to read them, that sort of stuff. And you can see firsthand that we're literally predicting the stock market by the fucking hour, people. I did this reading last year. Like, I did the actual reading last year. The information that I'm using to trade today, that I just made thousands of dollars this morning, was information that I researched last year. So you don't believe me? Send me a fucking stock. Pick a fucking day. And I'll show you what's up. Bring it on. In any case, guys, for those of you that have found this channel, they still don't know that this is possible. This is like Columbus just got back from the fucking West Indies, and he's about to tell the fucking queen, and then it's going to take some time for everybody to catch on. But here's the thing, guys. It's legit. Anybody that goes to the site postpones their doubt long enough to look at the evidence, which is live YouTube recordings, dudes. You can't fake that. So if you check it out, you'll see over 500 posts, daily posts, predicting the stock market, 96 roughly % accuracy, 95 to 98% accuracy, day after day after day. That's not a coincidence. That's not luck. That's fucking science, my friends. The science of predicting the stock market. Did I find a secret to the stock market? No, I found a fucking algorithm. It's just an algorithm in a place that nobody wants to look. Well, I did. Here it is. You found it. Believe me, my friends, anybody watching this who's discovered this, there's a reason for it. You can make a ton of money along with me. I just made a killing. I've been making a killing all week, planning ahead, telling people what my trades will be. Yesterday, I made my trades. I went to the fucking bar downstairs, the tiki bar on the beach, had some lunch, came back. I mean, like, you can't do that if you can't time the market. But you can't time the market, man. Experts are like the fucking most dangerous people on the planet. Don't listen to experts. Listen to yourself. Ask yourself questions and answer them yourself. And when you do shit like that, you figure out how to do shit like this. So my friends, get excited. We're all getting rich. It's just a matter of time and a matter of diligence. If you like what we're doing, if you're making money, if you're not making money, if you did something wrong, like you fucked up, let me know. That shit happens. If you're making money, I want to hear about it too. We're doing this for free for you guys to spread the word, to bring the fucking little guy to the playing field and level that shit. Right now, none of the big guys know this shit happens, that we're doing this. Get in while you can. And guys, spread the word. I'm doing this for free to help people. You help people, you get helped. Karma is a real thing. What you get, what you put, you get back. So help spread the word. There's more than enough money for everybody, guys. It's an infinite universe, abundant. Comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what's up. Love to hear from you guys. Love to hear how I'm helping. Stay tuned. I'll let you know where we go from here. I may buy some puts right now.